Hi, this is Pete, wrapmyspyder.com. Today we have with us a 2020 Can-Am Spyder RT, and we are going to show you how to properly apply one of our new chrome accents for the rear tail lights. So as most of you see, there's not a ton of chrome on this new 2020 Spyder RT, so we've been trying to help you with that. We have a three-piece lower air dam kit. We have our new chrome boomerang kit for the side panels, and now we have this chrome accent for the tail light area of the 2020 Spyder RT. So with this particular install and product, I can't even stress how important it is that you prep the surface correctly. If you don't prep the surface correctly and install in the proper temperature, this is not going to stay on. So we really want to stress to you how important it is. Now, if you've armor-alled this panel, it may be you don't even want to try to put this kit on. But I'm going to show you some tips to try to get the best results, longest durability and adhesion when it comes to prepping the surface. So we're always recommending the 70% rubbing alcohol in paper towel, same process, application temperature no less than 65 degrees Fahrenheit, warmer is even better. So we have our alcohol on here. You're going to want to do this for an extended period of time, and that's to saturate this material and let that alcohol dissipate off. Now you can speed the process up, and it actually does help if you put heat to it and dissipate the alcohol while rubbing it in. So you'll see how fast it disappears. So you can apply heat and let it dissipate, and what we're trying to do is get any oil-based product off of the surface of this plastic panel. If this was a painted panel, I wouldn't be as concerned, but because it's textured plastic, you really got to prep. This is very important. This is the key to a successful long-term install is surface prep. Now, we've been doing this prior to the video as well, so we're hoping that our surface is good enough now to accept the material. So we do have the 3M adhesive on our Conform Chrome. In addition to that, in your kit, you're going to also receive adhesive promoter. This is a primer promoter that is going to help the product to stick to the surface. And basically this is an insurance policy after you've prepped your surface and you feel that you are ready to install. Now, before you do that, we're going to recommend, of course, that you do a masking tape test, because you want to be sure that this area is ready to accept that adhesive. And because you have a dip right here in the panel, it's all the more important. So stick your tape to it. You want to make sure you have good resistance when you're pulling the tape off. Okay, so we've prepped the surface. You're confident that it's ready to move to the next step when it comes to install. So you're going to rip open your adhesive promoter. This is a saturated foam pad that has 3M's adhesive promoter in it, and you're going to wipe it all over this panel where the kit's going to go. Again, this is basically like an insurance policy to help ensure that this does not peel up once you install it. I'm going to get that nice and saturated. There's probably enough in one pad to do both sides, but if you do both sides, you want to make sure that you've prepped both sides before you put the promoter on, because the promoter is the last step. Okay, so you have the promoter on. It has to be dry, so we can help it along. In other words, you don't want to put your panel on if the promoter's wet. All right. This is our laser cut Conform Chrome panel. Now it has a clear mylar on it, so you're not really seeing the chrome. On the back side is the 3M adhesive. It's really important that you follow these steps because, like I said, you've got a dipped area right here. So you can even dry set it in place to get a feel for where you want this to fall. Basically, you're going to center this bottom bar, making sure that it's level, parallel at the top, parallel across the bottom, but hold it in place to kind of get a feel for where you want it. When you think you have it where you want it on the bottom, push this panel on the inside of that curve, and this is going to fall into place. And when you push to the outside, it's going to move the top into place. So that's going to give you your indicator of where you want to be. Now, you could have somebody hold it, and you could take a grease pencil and mark sides, whatever you're comfortable with as far as placement is concerned. You could probably do a tape hinge right here, whatever works for how you want to install. You're going to check it anyway, even when you tack it into place. So our recommendation is that you're going to align this section right here first. Do not try to start at the top and work your way down. Because of this dip, it's going to be real important that you follow these steps. So we're going to expose our adhesive. We're going to give ourselves a little tab. We're going to put it in place where we want it to go. Basically, you're going to center it on the pattern, on the panel, top to bottom, side to side. So let's put it in place. I have the adhesive exposed on the right-hand side right here, and all I'm going to do is just gently tack it right there. So that'll hold it in place because I want to check positioning. So we're pulling it a little bit tight this way. You need to push in this corner and the outside corner to see where it's going to fall. Not bad at all. Right about there. We can adjust this top piece. It's flexible enough. All right. So let's come across the bottom. We didn't move it. We're holding it in place with our left hand. And basically, you're just going to work right across the panel, right? Okay, so we have from here to here tacked in place. Not going to move. This will still move, so you still want to hold it in position with your left hand. Let's check how the fall is going to fall again. Okay, so that looks good. So here's what we're going to do. When you expose the adhesive on this panel, you're going to work your way up, basically like this, up, up, up. And one on the inside of the panel, in here, that's where you're working your way up, like that. Then, once you get to the dip, the inside of the dip, you're going to work your way to the outside, and then up. So that's important how you do that. Across, up the inside, to the outside, and then up to the top, all right? So let's do it. So we're going to expose our adhesive. I'm not letting the panel fall. Let's restart it. Still have it in place. If your paper rips, no big deal, just start it over again. All right, so we're going to go across the bottom. I'm still holding it up. All right, let's check one more time. Right there, and then we're going to come to the outside. So it's looking good. Pull the panel out. Let's expose that adhesive up and around to maybe there. All right. So you are pushing it into place. Don't let it fall. Push it into place on the outside. So you're going up to the dip, right? And then over to the outside. It's really important that you're holding it out and not letting it fall until you push it in, because you want to force the material into the dip. If you try to bridge it and force it in, it will not stay, guaranteed. So we're working our way up to the top. Now I'm going to take the remainder of the adhesive off. We're going to watch where this falls. basically in the center. You have the ability to move this little triangle however you see fit. There it is. The panel is secure. I'm feeling very confident that with that promoter, it's not going anywhere. Wow, great. All right, so we saw how important that is, how to do this application, cross the bottom, up on the inside, from the inside to the outside, then up and up to the top corner. So once you have it in place, then you can go back and expose the adhesive. Now, it's not a bad idea actually to heat this. It's not a bad idea for sure. So heat gun, hair dryer, warm the surface, take your thumb. You could always use a rag, pushing it in place. Basically, this heat is just activating the adhesive to help it to really bond well to that surface. All this is insurance that you're not going to have problems down the road. Once you get it, then you can go ahead and peel back. And now you have a beautiful chrome accent that, man, this bike really needs. And there is our Wrap My Spyder 2020 Can-Am RT rear tail light chrome accent kit. Let me move some stuff. And if you have any questions about install, surface prep, don't hesitate to give us a ring, shoot us an email. We're super hands-on. We want to help you. We want you to be successful, and we are happy to do it. So, look at that. Pretty cool. So we really appreciate your watching this video on the new 2020 Spyder RT Chrome Taillight Accent Kit by wrapmyspyder.com. We sure appreciate you watching, and be watching for even more and more products from the 2020 Spyder RT. We have a lot more coming up that we think you're really going to like. Again, this is Pete, wrapmyspyder.com. If you have any questions, you can email us, sales@wrapmyspyder.com, or feel free to give us a call. Thanks for watching.